Hello and welcome to the Skyrival channel, and today I have the top 5 PC cases for under $50. Don't be me and choose one of those cool looking light up PC cases for like 30 bucks that looks cool on the webpage, but whenever it actually ships back home for your PC build, it looks like a piece of junk that sucks. So I saved you guys a lot of trouble and chose out these 5 cases that will serve you best as a PC gaming case for under $50. So let's get into the video. Now starting at this list at number 5, we have the NZXT Source 210 Elite for $44. This is one of NZXT's budget cases and it does great for a gaming PC case. This is actually one of the few PC gaming cases that comes in both black and white. So if you want a white PC gaming case for under 50 bucks, this is probably one of the few out there that you can get. Also, since this is the Elite version of the Source 210, this has a single USB 3.0 slot, which I always like to see in a budget build. This also has pretty excellent airflow as it can support up to 7 fans, which means you can pack in here a pretty nasty system that'll generate a lot of heat. But with all of the fan slots that are supported in this case, you can definitely cram in a lot of fans to this case and get some really good airflow for all of your PC components. Also, finally, this has a very simple and elegant design that can pretty much fit in any PC gaming setup. And if you're a fan of brushed aluminum finishes, the front panel of this case does have a brushed aluminum finish, which I think is nice for those people who want a nice looking case with that brushed aluminum feel. Now at number 4, we have the Cougar Spike Micro ATX Tower for $34. This is the cheapest case on this list, but don't definitely mistake it for a bad or low quality case, because it's actually one of the best cases you can get on the PC gaming market. So good that actually Hardware Canucks likes it and actually recommends it to budget PC gamers who are wanting to build a micro ATX system, because it's just that good. So this case was made a long time ago, so it has a few features like long GPU support of up to 330 millimeters, which is a lot more than what's required today. That's more for like GPUs like the Radeon 7990 or the GTX Titan Z. Also, this has a very rigid chassis design. This is like a tank. It's a small little tank, and it literally is indestructible. It's just that good. Even Hardware Canucks made a comment on how well built this case was. Also, this can support USB 3.0, and I mean, for $34, it has some pretty aggressive looks on it that will definitely make your PC stand out amongst the crowd. Now, the only con to this case is that it can only support CPU coolers of up to 150 millimeters, which means you're kind of left out when it comes to getting those really high-end, high-power air CPU coolers like the Hyper 212 Evo. This case cannot support those large CPU coolers, but it can support some of the smaller ones and even water cooling. Now, for all my Fractal fans out there, number 3, I have the Fractal Design Core 2300 for $44. This is one of Fractal's signature budget cases, a part of their core lineup, and personally, for under $50, I find it to be an excellent case. Number 1, you're getting the Fractal brand name on it for a sub $50 case, which I find to be pretty awesome. Fractal have been known to make some amazing cases in their lifetime, and this definitely is one of their high quality cases they can get for under 50 bucks. Also, it's a Fractal case, so it sports a pretty much a really good brushed aluminum finish all around the case that'll make your PC look really fancy, even though you spent about $44 on your PC case. Also, this can support USB 3.0. Now, being a Fractal case, this has a lot of Fractal-like features for under $50. One of them being that this is one of the few cases on this list that can support an invisible SSD mount. So this actually can support an SSD mount behind the motherboard tray, which is cool if you want to hide your SSD and make the interior of your PC look really clean. And on top of that, this case can actually support vertical hard drive mounts, which is different than the horizontal hard drive mounts that we see in most cases with their hard drive bays. But you can mount hard drives to the actual side of the case, which is a bit cool if you want to have your PC stand out or look cool. Now, number 2 is the Cooler Master N200 for $46. This was very close to taking the number 1 spot, but if I were to choose a micro ATX case of my choice for under $50, it would hands down be this one. It's actually so good of a case that actually, yet again, Hardware Canucks really likes this case, especially for its cheap price and for budget PC gamers. Anyways, for the N200, you're getting a micro ATX sized PC case that has a lot of good features in it. It has some pretty impressive water cooling support for its price, and on top of that, it has some pretty amazing airflow. And as a matter of fact, the front panel on the N200 is actually fully meshed, so this can allow the most airflow in possible through its front panel. Also, when it comes to storage, it's pretty flexible. Not only can you support some hard drives in here, but also this can actually have 2 SSDs mounted to the side of the case if you just want to have a really interesting looking interior to the interior of your PC case. Yet again, like the Cougar Spike, this can support ridiculously large graphics cards if you want to get some pretty high-end graphics hardware into this PC. And finally, I think for $46, this is a pretty nice looking case that'll fit into any PC gaming setup, even if there is no window. Now finally, at number 1 is the Corsair 100R. I've encountered this case 3 times in real life because I've done 3 budget builds for some friend of mine's, and they've all used the Corsair 100, and within my experience of building actual PCs in it, it's really easy, it's a really nice case, and it definitely deserves the number 1 spot on this list. But anyways, for $50, you're getting the legendary Corsair brand name logo on it, which I find to be really cool, especially if you want your PC to still stand amongst the crowd of high-end PCs with that really nice Corsair logo and Corsair look to your case. Also, this has a brushed aluminum finish, which personally I felt to be pretty nice and gives the case a really good feel. Also, both of the USB ports on this case are USB 3.0, so that's a nice thing to see. Also, this is the only case on this list that has a window, so obviously, if you want to show off the guts of your PC, you're completely free to do so with this case. Also, this can support water cooling, it has good airflow, and it has a really good rigid chassis design. It's like a tank, and personally from building in it, like I could drop it and it's not gonna break. That's just from my own personal experience of using this case. And a last good thing to mention is that a lot of the building process in this case is tool free, so mounting the hard drives, the DVD drives, and everything like that was really easy to do, and even taking up the side panel was easy to do because a lot of the screws in this case are tool free, so you can just go ahead and use your hand, unscrew what you need, and put in what you need into the case. It's that easy. Now, the only con, even though it's number 1 on the list, is that this can't support CPU coolers of above 150 millimeters, which of course sets back some really popular air coolers like the Hyper 212 Evo. But in the end, this case can definitely hands-on support water cooling. So sure, you can go with the smaller air cooler, but if you want a lot of performance on your PC, just get a water cooler. Still, hands down, is the best case you can get for under $50. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and all that. And this is the Skydival channel signing out.